In today's video, we're telling scary stories. Guys, if you like the story, remember, I'm tagging you guys and record your own video. I would love to see it. Now, let's get to the story. When I was around 7 years old, I lived in an apartment with my family. And when I'm telling the story, it took place around winter and it was snowing outside and both my parents were both working. And it was four of us, me, my brother, my two brothers, my sister, and a couple of other friends. We were outside playing in the snow, building, snowman and whatnot. And eventually it got really dark and really cold, and we decided that we wanted to go home. And out of curiosity, I was looking around and I looked at our building, and from where we were at, we can see the window of where our apartment is. And I don't know if it was just the imagination of a 7-year-old kid, but I look out the window, and I see a man standing at the window. And it wasn't a silhouette, it was actually a man standing there. We didn't have curtains, so it was just staring directly at us, the group as a whole. And this is an old building. I was a kid, so I don't know how old it was, but it's an old building in Philadelphia, in Pennsylvania. And the crazy thing is, I tell my brothers and sisters and the friends too, and they see it too. They say, yeah, I can see it. I can also see it. And it got really scary, but eventually it got so cold that we had to go back to the apartment. And we go up the stairs. That building is so old, it didn't even have an elevator. We had to walk up the stairs. When we get to the apartment, we open the door, and we get our big brother Alex to go inside and check it out. We're behind them, of course. We go in and we're like being, Alex. If I was 7, my brother Alex was probably like 12 at the time. And we all mysteriously go in, slowly go in there, and we look around, and there was nothing there. But while we were talking and relaxing, because we didn't find anything, we hear like a cutting sound coming from our door, the door that, to get into the apartment. And we get scared because we're like a bunch of kids, 4 of us, and the oldest is probably like 13 tops or 14 tops, and we hear something sawing at the door, and we get nervous. We're like, what the hell are we gonna do? We don't know what somebody's trying to get into the place, and we saw the freaking old guy at the window, and we didn't know if that was a part of the situation. And what we do is, I don't know who said it, but we went into the kitchen and we all grabbed knives, and we decided to go into the bathroom that's off the hallway from that door that comes into the house. And we're in there for 20 minutes, hearing that sound sawing. And we're after the 20 minutes, we start to think maybe it's not something mysterious, maybe it's something scary. But we were scared still, and we were by ourselves. And I don't know if it was my brother or what. He goes to the door, and no, we all decide to creep towards the door, and we hear it very, very loud. And out of nowhere, it just stops. And we step back. We decide to do it, and we left it alone because it stopped. So we're like, okay, it's fine. We touched the doorknob, everything was fine. And eventually, we started thinking somebody was trying to cut the doorknob and trying to bust into the house, but nothing happened. And then maybe 30 minutes later, we're like, you know what? Let's go open the door into the hallway and to see. And remember that when that building, we were up high. We're maybe the 8th floor, and we open the door slowly, we creep, and we see what eventually found out that it wasn't something scary, and it wasn't something dangerous, and it wasn't something ghostly. Turns out that the maintenance worker that worked in that building was fixing the door of our next door neighbors, and that's why it was so loud. And we all laughed, and we're like, oh my god, that was so scary. We thought this was, we were talking to the maintenance guy because he's friends with our dad, and we were like, oh my god, we thought it was something scary was going on and whatever. And then we go inside, we laugh, and we probably eat a snack or whatever, and then we end up going to sleep. Our parents get there, and we end up going to sleep. Yeah. But right before I went to sleep, I had this thought. Nothing happened. When it came to that doorknob and all that stuff, and the maintenance guy, it was nothing supernatural about that, and we had a good laugh. But right before I went to sleep, I started to think, whatever happened to that old man that we saw in the window? Guys, I hope you like the story. I'm going to tag a few of you guys, and hopefully you guys can chime in and do a scary vlog where you guys tell a scary story or something that happened to you when you were younger. I'm sure you guys have scary stories. Things happen to all of us. So I'm going to tag you guys, and hopefully you guys respond and tell your very own scary story. I think this will be a fun thing, a fun addition to the community. And tag me so I know that you guys are doing it. I would love to watch your videos and comment. So until next time, see you later. Peace out.